Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, good to see you again. Let us begin our reflection this time with the reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verses 11 to 18. Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd. A good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. A hired man who is not a shepherd and whose sheep are not his own sees a wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away. And the wolf catches and scatters them. This is because he works for pay and has no concern for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and I know mine and mine know me. Just as the Father knows me and I know the Father, and I will lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. This also I must lead, and they will hear my voice. And there will be one flock, one shepherd. This is why the Father loves me, because I lay down my life in order to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down on my own. I have power to lay it down and power to take it up again. This command I have received from my Father." Let us begin with the story written by Father Mark Link. Several years ago, Reader Digest carried a moving story about a baby boy in a hospital. The baby was blind, had developmental disability, and had cerebral palsy. He was little more than a vegetable that did not respond to sound or touch. His parents had abandoned him. The hospital did not know what to do with the baby. Then someone remembered May Lemke, a 52-year-old nurse who lived nearby. She had raised 5 children of her own. She would know how to care for such a baby. They asked May to take the infant, saying, "He will probably die young." May responded, "If I take the baby, he won't die young, and I'll be happy to take care of him." Miss May called the baby Leslie. It was not easy to care for him. Every day, she massaged the baby's entire body. She prayed over him. She cried over him. She placed his hands on her tears. One day, someone said to her, "Why don't you put that child in the institution? You are wasting your time." As Leslie grew, so did May's problems. She had to keep him tied in a chair to keep him from falling over. The years passed, 5, 10, 15. It was not until Leslie was 16 years old that Miss May was able to teach him to stand alone. All this time he would not respond to her. But all this time, Miss May continued to love him and to pray over him. She even told him stories of Jesus, even though he did not seem to hear her. Then one day, May noticed Leslie's finger plucking a taut string on a package. She wondered what this meant. Was it possible Leslie was sensitive to music? May began to surround him with music. She played every type of music imaginably, hoping that one type might appeal to him. Eventually, May and her husband bought an old second-hand piano. They put it in Leslie's bedroom. May took Leslie's fingers in hers and showed him how to push the keys down, but he did not seem to understand. Then one winter night in 1972, May woke to the sound of someone playing Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto No. 1. She took her hand, woke him up, and asked her husband if he had left the radio on. The husband said he did not think so, but they decided they would better check. What they discovered was unbelievable. Leslie, the boy, was sitting at the piano. He was smiling and playing by ear. My friend, we learn from the Gospel of John. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for his sheep, for his flock. He gives life rather, so we may think and believe that He is with us when we are lost or weak or in time we need Jesus most. Do we have that moment? Yes, we do. We learn from the story above. Miss May, who despite of challenges she had, she received and accepting to take care of the adopted son. By doing so, she overcame fear, anxiety, pessimism, or doubt, or hopelessness, voiced by those who knew her and family, and indeed, physical condition of the adopted boy. We know that life is not easy indeed. So, it is the life of Miss May. But it is also full of surprise. We learn that the disabled boy, Leslie, did continue to grow and then began to adventure and explore the world with the capacity he had. Moreover, it is a joy to know that Miss May, his adopted mother, taught him about Jesus. Perhaps she knew and believed that Jesus might respond and help them in His way. And Jesus is with them in facing the challenges in their life without giving up to pessimism or hopelessness. The Gospel today writes very bold and clear. The Good Shepherd comes to us. He goes out and searches for the lost sheep. He wants the full house. He wants everyone to be with Him, being in His presence. The Gospel also writes that, I quote, "A good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep," end quote. Jesus gives life instead of taking it away. Therefore, He wants us to have the fullness of life, which come and rest in Him. In other words, the more we come to Jesus, our life is strengthened, secure, protected, and safe. Salvation only comes from God, and those who search for Jesus may find and receive Him. That is why He looks after us, that we may be, in some point, make up our mind. Amen.